Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I was inspired to make this video as I was listening throughout the weekend again story, and somebody mentioned a story about Jim Carrey, and I hope you all saw it. I saw it a long time ago, and when he was on Oprah, and the story how he was telling when he was not well known, when he was just like dreaming about becoming an actor, how he was going always at one place, and he would visualize himself as a famous actor, how people would recognize him, how people would know who he is, and how he did all that just so he could feel better at the moment because he was not at the place where he wanted to be. So now I wanted to talk a little bit about the law of attraction, and or it's actually law of allowing, and how do we attract or how do we allow things to happen in our life. I love the story about Jim Carrey a lot because it actually really tells us, like you can hear that often as well, that imagining what you want in your life but not getting attached to your picture in your head makes things happen much easier, and makes actually your life easier, because if you don't get attached to it, in a case that won't happen, you won't be disappointed. And the other thing is that we always should trust the process of life. Life and universe always knows what is the best for you, so that's why your road is the way it is. So the law of attraction is actually nothing else than a GPS of your present situation. So you look at yourself, you look at your life, and you see where you are right now. What is the relationship that you have? What is the job that you are doing? This is pretty much where you are, how you are emotionally dealing with everything. So this is your GPS to show you where you are in order where do you want to be. So how do we go from attracting things to allowing the things? First thing that's really important is, and I really always put attention to that, it's meditation. And I honestly believe that that's something that allows you to be in the place without thoughts, to be in a place where you can create, to be in a place where you liberate your brain for everything that is going on, and actually that you receive some answers about who you are, who you want to be, and where do you want to go. I don't want to make this video long, but I just really want to put out the very important point that depending of the vibration where you are at when you're creating what you want to create in your life, when you're dreaming, when you're visualizing, this is how the things are happening to you. You have to move away from the road of creation. When you desire something, if you understand that it's right away sent to the universe, and it's always answer yes to whatever you want, to whatever you say, to whatever you wish. Now, like we already mentioned, the thing is that gonna match? Are you gonna go at the vibrational point where you can actually match with your desire? So creating your life and having your thoughts from the point of very low vibration, you're gonna be attracting in your life stuff like that. Like very often when we are, and I can tell you that I'm still dealing with that, and I'm still finding the way, and I'm really grateful that I'm able to find a way to deal with the situation. And I know that probably a lot of people out there is trying. So first thing you have to understand, you are not alone. If you're scared about decision that you want to take, if you have a fear about towards what is going on, how it's gonna happen, you are not alone. There is so many people dealing with that. But just thinking, there's so many people out there, they're doing what I want to do, and they probably were scared about that. They had fears about it. They did it, so it's possible. The only reason why you are not being able to go where you want, it's that sometimes in your head, the only question is, am I going to be able to handle whatever comes my way? And that's something that creates that deep level of fear that am I going to be able to handle it? What if I change my job? And then if you are at the moment of the low vibration, and if you want to change your job from the position of hating the job where you're right now, the job that you are going to attract by this all universal laws It's going to be another job that sooner or later you're going to discover that you actually don't like that job. You know, when you have a lot of clothes in your closet that you don't wear, that you don't like, and you go to the store and you are not all in the mood, but you want to buy something, very often you're going to buy something that you're going to put in the closet with the other stuff that you're not going to wear. There is a moment in your life that you decide that you want to change, that you take the responsibility, and it's amazing. But then you have to understand, from the point of vibrationally, emotionally where you are, these are the things you're going to be creating around you. Now, if you want to allow things to happen, you have to move away. You are the only person who is standing between the desire that you want, actually, stuff in life, and where you are right now. You're the only person. It's not anyone else. It's not your job. It's not your kids. Trust me, there is so many moms out there, they have kids. I have 4 kids, that they are handling it. If you want to go in some direction, find a moment of putting your vibration higher, thinking about it, creating it, and then let it go. Try to not get attached. This is how we allow. If you attract something and you say, oh my God, how did I attract some disease or something? We always go logical way. We try to understand the things from the logical perspective, and this is impossible. In the world where we are all energy, when we are all vibrational beings, we cannot think logic in this, like in this way that we were taught. How am I going to handle the job that I want to get? I want to change my job. I want to change my career. Am I going to be able to handle it? You are starting to think from the vibration of fear. And being on vibration of fear, what's going to attract you in your actually reality, in your, like, you're going to manifest what manifests from fear. And that's not what you want. So it's very important that you understand, again, visualizing stuff that you want from the higher vibration. And this is why I always talk about importance putting yourself up. It's sometimes hard that you want, I'm going about new job, because this is what happened to me. And I was really I got caught in the moment of thinking, and then I'm like, okay, you know better. So whatever we know, sometimes we forget to implement that in actually, and then use that in the way that we should be using it. So I went back all the way to the basic, and then I said, okay, you're thinking too much. So every time you think too much, it's not good. You have to let logic go. In the situation that you want to create something in your life, and you cannot possibly by logic understand how you are going to get there, you have to let logic go. You have to let universe or somebody else take care of that. Remember, your job is not to decide how something is going to happen. Your job is allow that to happen. So by allowing that to how you are going to allow that, by desiring something, put it out as your desire and live your life the best that you can. Sometimes if you cannot, and that happened to me, honestly, I could not imagine myself in this new job. I could not. It was, for me, it was impossible to keep my vibration high by thinking how it's going to be in that job. Every time I would do that, I would think, what if it doesn't work? What if I don't succeed the way I want? What if? And then I realized my vibration is from the fear. Put your focus on something that will make you feel better. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to imagine and visualize that new job, new boyfriend, new whatever you want in your life in order to get that. Your job is to be happy, and the things will come. This is how you allow. So what I started doing, I was putting the focus on what was making me happy, on my relationship, on my house, on my home with the kids, on my everyday small things. I was putting the focus on that, and I was giving appreciation for that, and I was keeping myself on high vibration by doing that. So the thing that you want, they are gonna come like this, and you're gonna just be like, oh my God, I actually didn't even realize how I let that go. So I didn't want to make, as I said, this video too long. It's very important when you try to deal with something and you say, oh, but they said I should just imagine it, and then I'm going to visualize and it's going to come to me. You have to again be understand with yourself. Is your primary vibration fear, and can I do it? So write down somewhere the sentence, whatever comes, I will handle it. There is no lose situation. There is always win-win, or I'm going to get experience. Imagine you're going to the new job. If you try to think from the win-win perspective, I want to get that another job. I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to find another connection. It's a great challenge. I'm going to grow. I'm going to develop myself in an amazing way. But again, if I don't get it and I stay in this job, I'm going to maybe look for the promotion. I'm going to look in some new directions. I'm going to think about developing something else in the job where I'm right now. So this is win-win situation. If you start thinking, I want that job. What if I don't succeed? What if I don't make enough money? And then I'm going to think, okay, I should have stayed in my older job. And then my older job also, it was, you're creating the circle of really driving yourself crazy. So it's very important. Focus on whatever else is making you happy. The only thing you have to really remember all the time, it is only your thought, and the thought can be changed. It's your job now to think how you're going to do it. I'm really telling you, meditation is number one thing. Appreciation is the second thing. There are so many different things you can do that can help you do that. But find what works for you, and don't focus on the things. If you cannot create it in your vision right now, focus on something else. And the things that you want, they're going to come. So yes, we are attracting things in life by the way we choose, we live, by the way we think. But we also can just imagine that and then let it go somewhere out and let the universe take care of how it's going to be done. I'm going to just give you a small example that I heard, and I think it's really amazing. It's describing this very well. When you go to the restaurant and you order a meal, do you sit with whoever you are in the restaurant and talk about how they're going to prepare that meal? Are they going to cook the soup enough? Are they going to cook the meat enough? Are they going to prepare it the way I want? Are they going to put enough salt? What are you going to do with my salad? Or you're just sitting there chatting with a friend, having a drink, enjoying the moment, and then you receive your meal. So try to behave like that with life. Have your desire, send it out to the universe, and do the other things that makes you happy. And then you're going to receive that on the plate. And even if you don't, let's say the food that you receive, it's not amazing, it's not what you wanted. You lived it only once, the moment when you receive the food and you taste it and you say, oh, it's not what I wanted. But you don't live it through entire evening before that and during that. And you understand? So try to see the life as manifestation of what you send out, that you receive that. That's how you're going to live better life. That's how you're going to live better in every relationship that you have. That's how you're going to think before you're going to talk bad about somebody. That's how you're going to think before you do something to somebody that maybe it's not really the good thing to do. So it's going to change the way that you are. And changing the way that you are is going to change your energy. It's going to change your vibration. So your entire life is going to be moving upscale. And this is actually all that we want. We want to have that emotion and we want to feel good. So let universe work for you. I have to mention that also I listened a lot to Abraham as well. And there was one moment that Esther was saying something she was doing something and she was all messed up in her thoughts and stuff. And then she just realized that I'm going to take the list and I'm going to put on the list for me to do. And you put dress up in the morning, have a coffee, have a breakfast, go outside, whatever. And then you make the list, universe to do. And every single thing that you have hard time and you don't know how it's going to be done, put on that list and send it out. So your job is to be happy, to smile, put some makeup, put whatever your clothes you want, go out, and the universe, give them the big list of what you want to do. Write it down and say, well, how can I serve you today? By being happy, by helping other people. And just send it out. And then we'll see how the universe actually works their way. So your to-do list should be much, much smaller than universe's to-do list. And just appreciate. You're going to see there's changes are starting. It's happening slowly, but then it's coming actually. Start coming your way. It's like imagine you have the puzzles and you put them all upside down. the first thing you have to do, you have to turn them the right way, right? And then you have to start slowly, and it's very hard at the beginning to just see which one goes, like where do you put them. The moment you start putting in the picture, you realize how now I see the bigger picture. So see the big picture before, and trust the process, and trust that universe knows always the way. So I gave you some examples, I gave you some ideas. I really hope that you can use them, because I'm really using them in my everyday life. And there are moments when we all are messed up and we don't know what to do. And this is the moment where we just have to say, universe, I trust you. This is in your hands right now. I'm going to go out and be happy, and please take care of that. And then just test it out and see. It's going to work. You don't have to trust me again, but try it out and see how the life actually is beautiful when you decide to see it that way. And of course, don't forget, be love and send love today and every day to everybody around you. And take care. Until the next time, have a great day.